It's Talkin Flicks with JT and Grant Lee.
I'm afraid we've got some bad news.
She's got lung cancer, hasn't she?
She doesn't have much time left. Where's Sal's father?
That's Tommy O'Dwyer. Heaven help me if he's your bloody dad.
It was a one-night stand.
What is a one-night stand?
Sal, where are you?
I found my dad. Hello. He's very nice.
I thought I told you to piss off.
I have nowhere to go. I will end up in a good house, and I'll be very sad for the rest of my life.
Stand up and accept some responsibility.
I know that you're a good man, and I know I love you.
Yeah, what a fantastic movie. What About Sal? Coming to a cinema near you, and it's a very special edition of Talkin Flicks. Mr. Lee, hello.
Hello, JT. How are you this week?
Wonderful. We have a special guest on the show today. How
good is this? This is so exciting for us because this will be our very first guest on Talkin Flicks.
Great to have this gentleman in. He's an Aussie acting legend, and there's not much this guy can't do, and a massive part of What About Sal. John Jarratt, hello.
G'day, how are you?
We are bloody wonderful, and great to have you on Talkin Flicks this week. And let's just start off with what a fantastic movie. And as I said before, there's not much you can't do. You've been very much involved in this, whether you're writing it, you're directing it, even acting in it. How's the movie been going? How's it been received in the places you've been on this latest tour?
Well, we kicked off in the cities in April. We did the Dendy Newtown in Sydney, and then we did New Farm in Brisbane, the all groovy independent cinemas, and the Carlton Nova in Melbourne. And we had premieres there, full houses. Everyone absolutely loves the film. And then I wanted to take it to the regionals because traditionally they back Australian cinema. They like Australian cinema in the country. And so a week or so ago, I went from the sunny coast to Townsville, to great audiences, and then I started in Bowral, and I came down the south coast, and I'm now in Victoria. So many cinemas all the way up through Ballarat, Bendigo, and we end up at Wagga, 17 cinemas later. So it's just to whip up a bit of a frenzy, looking at ourselves as a little cyclone, and as we go through, leaving the message behind it, there's a good film to be watched.
Yeah, definitely. And it's being classed as, one of the real feel-good movies of the year. And I think when you watch the trailer, I remember watching an extended edition of it a bit earlier today, and it took me not even about 10 or 15 seconds into the trailer just to... It really tugs at the heartstrings. Like it's just you can see some of the emotion in the film as well. And I could just imagine there'd be quite a few tears possibly in the cinema as well watching it.
Yeah, you bring your tissues.
Yeah,
but it has some wonderful light moments and some courageous moments, and it's a lovely film. It's just about life, really, and everyone will relate to it somewhere along the line,
Yeah, John, can I ask, how did you get involved in directing this movie?
Well, indirectly, I didn't set out to save the world, and for the Down syndrome people or any of those sort of things. It was quite an accident. I was at the football, South Sydney versus Manly, and we were winning, and I was standing with a Down syndrome guy who's about Jarratt's age, and he was full of such wonderful energy, and every time we scored a try, it was like he'd met Mecca and jumping around and just so enthusiastic and happy and, just really enjoying himself, enjoing life. They're wonderful people like that. And his mum was there, and she was there under sufferance. So, because she was 70-odd. And I walked back to the car with Dave, and I said, I wonder what would happen if his mother passed away and he had nobody. Oh. And I thought, that's a bloody good premise for a film,
Yeah.
that's what stood out to me first up when you watch it, and it's like you can just kind of see how straight away I'm like, well, yeah, how's this all going to unfold? Credit to Jarratt Dwyer as well, because I just what a fantastic job he's done in the film. Obviously, he plays Sal. The way in which he portrays that character, the way in which the emotion comes out. I think everyone does a great job, but I just think kudos to him for how he does that. And I think from that experience at the football to how it comes out on the big screen, it's been portrayed very well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Jarratt is an extraordinary actor. He's one of the best actors I've ever worked with. Not Down syndrome actor, but one of the best actors. He was extraordinary in the role, and we think it's the first time a Down syndrome person has held a film. From one end to the other.
Being the main lead.
His film. And usually, if a Down syndrome person is involved, they've usually got a partner to sort of take a lot of the weight. They're usually buddy movies or things like that. But this is Jarratt's film, and he's extraordinary as far as I'm concerned. I was blown away. I knew he'd be good, but I didn't think he would be this good. It's a wonderful performance. Yeah,
he's had so many different acting roles as well previously. As Jay said, The Interviewer, Be My Brother, Red Christmas in 2016. So he's done a great job to get this far.
Yeah, he won Best Actor in Tropfest in 2009. He got the Best Actor gong that year. As he says, I won $3,000 from Nicole Kidman. That's more than I ever got out of it.
Oh, how good! And let's also give you a huge rap too, John, in the film. So not only did you write it, you directed it, but also you got a part in it as well, and quite an important part. Playing Sal's dad, who he has to go and find. Yep. Now, also rock musician, I should say. How did you feel playing that kind of role? A bit different?
No, well, I can sing, and that's I do have that attribute. Can't dance, so I can sing. And I used to be in rock bands at school, and I come from a family of, my mum could really sing well, my dad sings, my brother was a musician, and my son is an extraordinary singer. So it sort of runs in the family, yeah. So actually, if I didn't get in, I've been to NIDA. I went to NIDA, darling.
NIDA, yeah.
NIDA back in 1971. I got in and went to NIDA. And anyway, but if I didn't get into NIDA, I was seriously thinking of running a band,
Oh, wow, that could have been very interesting indeed.
Different world.
Yeah.
And you were talking about working with people. You've worked with Karen Fairfax before in Stalker in 2015. So what was it like working with her again?
She was my little sister back in the day on a miniseries called The Last Outlaw in 1980, which did very well in its time. I got Best Actor for it and all sorts of stuff. And she played my little sister. So I've known Karen for many, many years. And she back in those days, she was in a lot of very good acting roles, and I can't remember, something orange. Anyway, she won a Best Actress award for that. And then she got married to Paul Kelly, and she had children, and then she stopped television and cinema and just did a bit of theatre and to raise the kids, really. But and then when I decided to make films, I've always admired her ability, and so I think she was really perfect for the role, yeah.
Yeah, was she one of the first, John, that you kind of looked at because when you're thinking about the film and you're writing it, in your mind you're thinking about who's going to play what, and as you sort of start to get the canvas built a bit more. Was she someone that you thought about in the writing stage to bring her in?
I usually try and think of an actor when I'm writing, so that I can write for them. Like Rick, the guy who played Herbie in the film, the old rock and roller who's still gigging in pubs and stuff. Well, he's also an actor and a voice guy, and I've known him since the 70s as well. And his name's Rick Herbert, and he plays Herbie Richards. So he's pretty much to type, So yeah, I do think of actors when I'm writing.
And
So,
Rick Herbert was also in King Kong in 2005.
well done. What about the boobies? What about the boobies? That was his big line. Yeah. He was playing this big Hollywood guy. Hey, what about the boobies? Yeah. That was Rick Herbert. Mm.
You watch the movie and you're looking at it going, okay, well, I really want to see how this ends. And I think that's what a lot of people coming along to see the movie will, and that's what I want to know. I'm looking at it now going, yeah, I want to see whether or not, because I think your character, John, being Sal's dad, and you know, he rocks up on your doorstep, and you don't seem too impressed at first, but I was kind of hoping that obviously towards the end that, you know...
come on, we can't give things away. People have got to go see the movie, Jay.
I'm just trying to...
No. People have got to go to the movies and watch it.
Yeah. Don't too much. They've got to be curious. There's enough cliffhangers in the trailer to get people to want to come along, which is basically what you're saying. Yeah,
and I don't know who made that trailer, John, but well done to them, because it does entice you to want to go, as Jay was saying, you want to go find out what's happening. Yeah, excellent trailer. So, yeah.
Well, the material's good. It can't help but be a good trailer.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Exactly. But a fantastic movie. Say, would you have to be looking at the lines of drama and things like that? You've also been in horror films, horror action, thriller. Which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer to be a part of? Whether it's writing, directing, acting in, is there a particular genre that kind of attracts you? You know, when you look at your career and what you really enjoy doing?
What attracts me is the next decent script that's shoved underneath me. I don't care what the genre is. And that's what attracts me. I can't wait for someone to offer me something that I really want to do, and I don't care what it is.
Do you know straight away when you look at the script, do you know pretty soon into having a read of it whether or not it's something that you'd like to be a part of? Or
if it gets past page 10 and you haven't thrown it across the room and gone off and made a coffee, it might be okay.
Has there been a script that you've looked at and you've gone, no, that's not for me, I think someone else could do that better?
No, I never thought someone else could do it better. I just think, I'm not doing this. It's a lousy script.
Yeah.
Can you make changes to it, or is it that just a no-no, like it's, they won't let...
No, they let me make changes.
Okay, that's good.
Because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I virtually rewrite all the Mick Taylor dialogue because I'm the only one that really knows how he talks, And unless I've been brought up in the bush, so I understand how outback Australian people talk, because I used to live in central Queensland, and so you got to get the dialogue right. And usually, if you start blowing a scene, it's because it hasn't been written right, not because you've forgotten it. It's just not working. So it's important to. And I often change things and send it to the writer, and 9 times out of 10 they approve it, or they might even make it better, a little bit better.
Yeah, and the more heads doing it, it's probably better too. So, and as you said, the character, and you can get into it.
Yeah, and then on the day you start ad-libbing because suddenly when you start bumping the furniture, as we say, things could change.
Yeah. Now, you've just brought up Mick Taylor. Many years ago, I was at a movie convention that you were at, and you were doing a marvellous talk about your career and everything. And you brought up a story about picking up some hitchhikers. Can you tell us the story?
Yeah. At the time, because I used to call myself an actor builder, because it kept me out of soap operas. I can build. I built my own houses, and I used to be able to come off a movie and go and work with this bunch of blokes in Sydney, on Scotland Island in Sydney, and called Rossini's Raiders. And I was able to hold down a job. They let me go off and do a movie and come back and pick up the tools. So I was on the Sunshine Coast, and I'd bought a house, and I put another house onto it. They bought a house in, and I was attaching it to the house that was there. So I was pretty grubby, and I had a big face full of fungus. I hadn't shaved for quite a few days, and my mate Billy was with me, and he's bearded, and I'm in my work dual cab, and these people in one of those wicked vans had run out of petrol, and they were hitchhiking. So, and it was in the backwoods where I took my kids to school. You go through the bush a bit, and so I stopped and picked them up, and they got in the car, and they said they wanted to go and get some petrol. And this girl and a boy and young German people, and we're driving along, and then the guy in the back says, "Excuse me." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You are not the guy from the Wolf Creek, are you?" And I said, yeah, I am. He said, "I think I have made a mistake."
Oh, no. How
so
good.
I just said, "It's okay, I've had my breakfast. I'm not hungry."
And look, that would be, I'm guessing, like, because there'd be a lot of people overseas who would have seen the Wolf Creek series and things like that. And I guess like they'd look at that and they look at the Outback and things like that. So, I don't know, they look at it and go, "Well, does that stuff really, really happen?"
Well, I think that's why they're the best horror films, because they could happen. That's why I like De Niro in Cape Fear and way back to Psycho and My Thing and Silence of the Lambs, because I don't like zombie movies. Nick Taylor
either.
Zombies walk slower than your nana. There's bits falling off them.
Heaps of time to get away, right?
Oh, I'm so scared. What am I going to do? Just run fast. I can't catch them. And I like films I can believe, no matter what they are.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I think so. There's been all these rumours of a potential Wolf Creek 3. Is that going to happen anytime soon? Or?
Well, it's looking very promising, and hopefully we might get to work in early 2025.
Oh, great!
It was going to go, and then COVID knocked it over, and it fell over because COVID stopped the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to pick it up again and start again.
Yeah, look, it would have been great to have it out now, but it's good to hear that things are hopefully in the works. And I'm guessing now what happens, John, is someone presents you with a script, you look at it, and you get that red pen out, and you start working your way through it. That's where it all starts.
That's it, mate. You only need 3 things to make a movie. There's 3 things. Do you know what they are?
Script.
The 3 things you have to make a film.
Well, yeah, we went script, didn't we? Yep.
Script. A good director.
Director, yeah, and good talent.
Yeah, I'll just tell you because it'll go on forever. The 3 things you need to make a film is the script, and the script.
Oh, there you go. Well, we were half right, Mr. Lee. We got 1 point.
We got 1.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's like saying let's build an apartment building. Don't worry about the architectural drawings.
Yeah.
It just won't work.
Yeah.
So, are there any plans for you to write any more films, John? Because this is a cracker, so I'm hoping that we see some more stuff out.
Yeah, well, after What About Sal, my next project is called Passing Winds, and it's a comedy western, and Passing Winds is the name of the property. So that it gives you a bit of an idea. It's sort of a cross between Blazing Saddles and Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, nice.
I just want to do something different. I want to do something funny. There's not enough funny movies. Yeah, so that's my next cab off the rank. But right now it's getting this one out and about and get people to see it and put that to bed and move on to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, What About Sal? It is coming to the Forum 6 Wagga Wagga this Wednesday, May 29, featuring a Q&A with John Jarratt. Now, John, are you going to be doing your Q&A before or after the movie? How do we normally do these things?
Oh, we normally do it after the film, after they've seen the film, and then they got some questions. Because if you start before the film, they wouldn't have seen the film, and they've got no questions.
Well, it does make sense, doesn't it? But I just thought, that's good. Well, that's great. So, and I'm sure, have you getting some good questions out of the audience?
Yeah. Well, when I'm usually there to say good day as they turn up, and I ask them to ask me a curly question. I said, the Q&A afterwards, see if you can think of a good curly question. Give me something hard. And I said to this girl, and this girl put her hand up and said, "Oh yeah." And she said, "What what is the proverb that you live by in life every day?
Whoa.
I said, well, I did ask you to ask me a curly question. That's a good one. So things like that, yeah, it's a bit of fun. Mm.
Well, speaking of questions, Mr. Lee, we've got 60 seconds of rapid fire here for John. What do you reckon? We'll work our way through some of these curly questions and see how he goes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
There's the short answer ones, are they?
Oh, very short answer.
Very
Yeah.
short. Very short.
First thing that comes to your mind is what we're going after. And if we do hit something that we want more clarification on, we will say stop the clock. All right? So we'll see how we go. All right, let's start with the first question. John, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Ain't No Sunshine.
Great answer.
Okay, question 2. Besides yourself, who would you most want to work with, either in front or behind the camera?
Mel Gibson again.
Nice.
Nice.
If the toilet paper roll is already really low but not completely out, do you replace it or do you leave it for someone else?
I replace it.
Oh, good man.
Okay. What was the last movie you watched besides your own? Your last movie that you watched besides your own movie?
The one where Anthony Hopkins plays the part of the guy who brings people back from the Jewish people. I can't think of the title.
Oh, One Life.
One Life, that's it.
One Life, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Texting or talking, which one do you prefer?
Texting.
Favourite day of the week?
I don't have one.
Who is the most famous person in your phone?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well done. I don't think there were no curly questions there, were there? I think that was...
No, that's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I'm sorry I forgot the name of the bloody movie. That slowed things
that's
up.
all right.
That's all right. Well, yeah. And I guess we'll go one more. What's your weirdest fan experience? Because I'm sure you've had plenty of those.
The weirdest one was in Sheffield in England at one of those cons, and this guy came up and said, "What was your favourite kill?" I said, "What? In your movies, what was your favourite kill?" I said, "None of them. I was pretending. I was playing the baddie. I didn't kill anyone, you idiot."
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I hope you got out of there
It was
quick.
a creep. Yeah.
A few of those out there, no doubt.
Now, John, I have to tell you, when I was talking to you the other day, you said that I had to get What About Sal playing in Tamworth. I have some news for you.
Yes?
I've got it playing in Tamworth. It's coming in a few weeks' time for us.
Woo!
You little beauty.
Yeah, good job,
Okay.
Mr. Lee.
Well, what I did in Luna, in Leaderville, Perth, it's a really fantastic cinema. They set up a Zoom because no one wants to go to Perth. And I was on the screen and I did a Q&A on a Zoom.
Oh.
Maybe they want to look into that. I'm doing a series with Brian Brown in the next 3 months, so I'm not going to be able to, get around the place and do Q&As, unfortunately. But I can't get to all more. Australia's as big as the States, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. You might talk to them. They might be. Someone might have the technology or the ability to throw the Zoom onto the screen if they want to do that.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and
I'll look into it.
Mr. Lee, don't hold him up because I want Wolf Creek 3 out, okay? So you're taking up more of his time. That's...
Thanks so much, and thanks for putting on a Tamworth, and thanks for the support for the forum at Wagga. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and of course you can get your tickets right now, forum6.com.au. Make sure you book in for a fantastic night, a great movie, and also having a chat with John Jarratt afterwards. Get up there, get a few pickies as well, John, a few selfies with the fans.
Yeah, that's what we do. After the show, I walk out first, and if anyone wants a photo, they can get a photo. Then they can put it in their social media page, and I'll push the film too.
Well, I'm
great thing.
I'm sure Mr. Lee's very disappointed you're not coming to Tamworth because he loves a good photo opportunity. So
I certainly do.
Well, I'll find out when it's on and all those sorts of things. But I think I'm going to be on the Goldie with Brown.
Oh, well, there are far worse places in the world to be, John.
There is. Yeah, I mean, I got to go to work. You know, I can't be
of course,
doing
of course.
Q&A's for the rest of my bloody life. You know, I've got things to do.
You're an absolute legend, John. Great to chat, mate, and fantastic movie. And you know what? I can't wait to go and check it out because it looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
Want more Talking Flicks? Get your fix with every episode anywhere, anytime. Just search Talkin Flicks on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, forum6.com.au or odeon5.com.au. Until next time, we'll see you at the movies.